Hi, ladies. Good morning. Let's come have a seat. Have your bands nearby. Sit up tall, shoulder blades down your back, and reach your heart forward. So I've been studying the most ancient texts, the Vedas, and later the Upanishads. And the Upanishads have really the most incredible, important lessons upon which to base our lives. And it's told in the most interesting form. It's told in conversation between teacher and students and stories, fantastical stories. But the most important, there's not one most important, but one of the important lessons we learn is that when we go through life, we don't know how many days we have. And they say that our last day, our last thoughts are what's going to go with us into the next life. And if we have regrets, or if we have things that we wish we would have done differently, that is what we're going to have to come back and do in the next life. You can believe that or not, I'm not sure. But the moral of the story is that we should keep a journal, keep a list, keep an internal idea at least of looking back, an inventory of how we've spent our time, how we spent our days, how we can do it the best we can in the moment so that we can do better next time. So that when the moment comes, when we do make that transition, we're doing it in a way that is light and that, according to the Rajanika tradition, we go to that wonderful place where we don't have anything more on our plate that has to be done. So set your intention to be a little bit pensive, to think about, meditate on the words you spoke, how you treated somebody else, and how maybe we could do it differently and maybe even better. Maybe choices we make in our own lives, how we can do it better tomorrow so that we don't have regrets. So sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulder blades up towards your ears and back down. Roll them up. Big inhale now, roll them down. Inhale, shoulder blades up, roll them down. Lift your heart, scoop the bottom of the shoulder blades forward. And as you sit tall, so that your chin is perpendicular to your chest, not up nor down. Close your eyes and let's come to our breath. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Of course, when you watch your breath, it changes it. So as you inhale, you're going to lift up tall, drawing the energy from the pelvic floor, lifting it up, those inner winds, the Apana Vayu, that lifts you up. And then as you exhale, you release your hips. There's the downward energy, the downward winds that grounds you. And as you feel the winds that lift you up and lengthen you, the winds that ground you, that remind you that you are grounded, you find your rhythm. Take one more big full breath here. And then circle your arms all the way up, reaching up with your right hand and then your left as if you're reaching out of the hole of something and you want to get out of any kind of darkness and you're coming out of it, you're reaching and pulling it down and reaching and pulling it down. And little by little, we get out of that hole. Maybe we'll see a little bit of light every now and then, a little flash of insight. Inhale and exhale. Big full breath. Find your rhythm too here. I don't want you to go too fast, please. Good. Oh, yeah. Take a few more here. side to side, reaching and reaching and reaching. Good. And then take your arms out to T, flexing your wrists so that your fingerprints, your fingertips are reaching behind you. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Inhale, big inhale. And then exhale, round your back, giving yourself a hug. Good. We're going to start warming our shoulders here. Inhale, open it up. And exhale, give yourself that hug and round your back. And inhale. Oh, and exhale. You should feel really good. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Big inhale. Oh, and exhale. And come back to center. Circle your arms all the way up. Big inhale once again. And then you're going to twist to the right, staying nice and tall. Inhale back to center. And I want you to practice keeping a nice long spine. Inhale. And you do it in a quiet kind of way so that you have that little moment to consider what your next action should be. How your words are going to land perhaps on somebody else. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. So yummy. Last one, all the way up and all the way over. So we're going to start our series for our back right here on the floor. So grab your longest band, and you're going to take your band and wrap it around the arches of your feet and sit up tall. Good. So we haven't gotten into the hammies yet, but see if you can stay nice and long. I'm widening my toes. There's a little bit of a flexion in my toes and in my ankles, but I'm sitting up tall. And we're simply going to get a nice taut handle on the bands, and we're going to just draw them back. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Take a big breath. Inhale. Keep adjusting your band if you need more resistance or less resistance. But notice how my spine is long and tall. I'm not moving it. It's nice and steady. My arms are drawn back. My elbows pull back. My shoulder blades hug together. And they stay active. I never quite let go of the tension in the band. Inhale. And exhale. Give those lungs, your lungs and your heart, plenty of space to open and stay strong. Calm ourselves because we won't have that sense of fight or flight, right? 8, 7, 6, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now we're going to just do one side at a time, but we're going to twist. So as I take my right elbow back, my left ribs are rolling to the right. And I'm going to come back to my center. And then I'm going to do the same on the left, but the opposite rib cage, so opposite side of the ribs, roll. So my right rib rolls to the left. Got it? And exhale. And exhale. You still want to have that nice perpendicular spine. Exhale. Yeah. Exhale. Get right into your upper back. Stay tall. You might want to start leaning back or forward. But I want you to keep a nice 90 degrees in the pelvis. The crown of your head reaches up to the sky. No regrets. We're doing our best, right? And that's when you have no regrets. It's when you know you're doing your best. There's no perfect. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. Hear your breath, exhale. Last one. Oh yeah. Sitting up tall, we're going to stay right where we're at. You might want to take a little bit more tension off the band because you're going to take your arms up and lift them up in front of you. But your palms are going to be facing toward each other and your hands are in a fist. Got that? So it's a hammerhead grip if you have a weight in your hand and your arms are above you. And we're going to get right into the biceps here. So your arms are kind of a diagonal of your body and you're going to extend up. Yeah. This is going to make down dog and plank much easier, right? Exhale. Make sure it's resistance. You feel the resistance. Exhale. Exhale. Good. And 8. Keep your arms high. 7. Adjust your resistance accordingly. 5, 4, 3, 2, good, last one. Now keep your arms high and you're simply going to lift, 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 lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Oh, did you guys feel that love? Good. Draw your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug. Let's just get into those hip flexors around your back. Check in with your breath, your belly, your pelvic floor. Take that inventory. Then cross your shins, roll forward right into table pose, making sure you have it all set up. That's another trick in life. You think about your actions, so set yourself up before you do something. And then make your way into cat and cow. You know how to exhale and inhale. And exhale. Good, and inhale. And exhale. This is all about our spine, breath, and our intention that we put into it. Good. Take a few hip circles here. Yeah, one way and then the other, just checking in with all the work we do here. And then extend your right leg directly out to the right. Press your feet down and circle your arms up. Your right foot, the outer edge of the right foot is pressed down. You're nice and tall. Take your right hand down your right leg and just reach over. And then just come back through center. And then back all the way over. I just want you to get lots of length. So what we do here when we lengthen the sides of our body, we're undoing a little bit what gravity does to us all day. So you're really lengthening your spine. Exhale and inhale. You feel that breath all the way over. Ah, yeah. Now, take your hands to the earth and extend your right leg in front of you. You don't have to move around like I do. Just take your right leg in front of you, flexing the front right ankle, taking the right outer hip back, and just start to exhale into the hamstrings here. So your ankle's flexed, your belly's back, your heel is stuck, and you're trying to coax your heel back with your right hip. And you exhale into it and just feel where you are without evaluating it or judging it, just taking the inventory. Good. Then step into your right foot and either keep your hands to the earth or lift your arms up, come deep in your hips. Oh yeah, and then exhale back. And inhale up. Now notice every time you do it, you might get a little bit deeper because you're mindful of letting things go. Inhale. Doing it your right way, right? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Oh, yeah. Now come back to center with your right knee bent, your right foot on the floor, 90-degree knee, and open it up. Again, from the left ribs and lean back. Inhale. Exhale, take your right hand to the earth and soften your elbows. Inhale, open it up. So there's no goal here. It's all about the journey, just like in life. You soften your forearms toward the earth. If they come to the earth, great. If they don't come to the earth, great, right? Exhale. Good. Inhale. Last time, exhale. Take your hands to the earth and make your way right into a down dog. Nice strong back and shoulders. And walk your dog. I want you to walk your feet to your hands. I know we didn't do the left side yet, we will. And come into a yoga squat and back onto your bum. Extending your legs long and grabbing your band once again around the arches of your feet. Nice long spine, thigh bones grounded, and again, we're going to row. But we're not going to row our whole body, right? We stay nice and tall, and the only thing that moves is our shoulder blades hugging together. And even as your arms are forward, there's still a hugging of the shoulder blades toward the midline. I don't want you to let it go. And inhale. So this is a little bit different than an exercise breath because you're inhaling to open up your heart. Big inhale, right? Inhale. Then let's get those shoulders and our upper back. And 8, 7, this is really for your upper back. 6, 5, 4. Good, last one. Remember what we did next. We do that twist. Right elbow back into that twist, sitting up tall and back to center. And then the left elbow back. So just make sure you get it, get where it's going in your body. And now continue. Inhale and exhale and inhale. So notice how it feels different with your breath. And you're really focusing on the breath. Yeah. Ready to count? Let's do that left now. 8, 7, stay tall. Notice if you dip forward or back, or you need a break. 5. Really commit yourself to the twist. 3, 2. Last one. Good. Now, we're going to do one more thing now. You're going to keep your elbows back, and you're simply going to pulse them back. I need a little bit more resistance. And I'm going to just pulse it back. Just pulse, 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 pulse. Not fast, but just a little pulse. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, pulse. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Yeah, sitting tall. Now, You're going to release your band just a little bit so you can have more length. And make that hammerhead grip. So you're making a hand of a fist, and the palms are facing toward each other. Your arms are longish. There's always a little softness in your elbows. And you're going to roll your palm towards you as we come into biceps. Well, we're going to do it together. Arms together, right? Bicep. Right into the bicep. Keep your thigh bones grounded, and notice how when you take your pelvic floor up, belly back, you get so much more connection. You think about it, it's a right action. And maybe your right action might be to take a break. It's your right action. Okay? Bicep. Focus on the bicep. Add 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it. Slowly open, palms facing, and we're going to get into our shoulders and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. And 8, 7, we're going to do it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Oh, so good. Keep your band close to you. Draw your knees toward your chest, round your back, and then stretching your low back. Breathing it, breathing, so you can really feel the moment. Yeah? Then cross your shins. I'm going to move back a little bit. Make your way to table pose, hands and knees. Setting it up. Take a cat and cow, just like we did on the other side. Now you're going to extend your left leg directly out to the left. Press the foot down to come all the way up. So you're rooting down and rising up. The center of the pelvis has separates the energies from the pelvis up. The energy rises from the center of the pelvis down. It really grounds. And then over to the left. Oh, and inhale a little bit past center. And then exhale. You know what you're doing now? You're lengthening the right side of your body, your spine. Good. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Oh. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, inhale. Take a few more just like that. Knowing what you need to do to stay nice and tall and sideways. Good. And take your hands to the earth as you extend your left leg in front of you. You don't have to move around. I do. So the left ankle is flexed. Take the left outer hip back and start to soften your chest towards your thigh bones until you feel it pretty deep in the hamstrings on the left leg. And breathe into it. And step into your left foot. So it's going to be at 90 degrees to the knee. And either sweat your arms up or keep your hands on the earth and just feel what it feels like. And then we're going to alternate one breath, one movement. Exhale. Inhale. Right. Swing them up, sweep them up. And back. And inhale. Oh. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, let's just take one more. Just to make sure we're getting nice and flexy and warm in our hips. Really be here with the movement. Good. Then step into your left foot. Take your right hand to the earth and open it up. Nice twist, lean back, inhale. Exhale. Soften your elbows. The two hips are different. Isn't that wonderful? Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more, just really open it up, get into that hip, into the twist. Yeah. Then take your hands to the earth, lift your back right knee up, and simply step your right foot forward beside your left. You should get into a nice forward fold. Now your hands can be on blocks or on the floor, but I want you to press your fingertips down to lift the belly and the pelvic floor up. Take a huge inhale, and then exhale and soften your chest towards your thigh bones. Just get a nice fold here. Maybe you'll take your hands behind your shins or your knees. Then press your feet down. Let the back of your head lead the way as you come all the way up. Standing, exhale, palms together to your heart center, and release. Standing up nice and tall. So we're going to start again with our bands. Are you ready? We're going to get right into our chest here. Good. So I want you to sit back in your seat and come back forward. So I want to get a little bit into, always want to get into our lower bodies. You're sitting back and coming forward. So, there's a tendency to want to take your shins forward, but I just want the bum back, like you're sitting back in a chair. So get that feeling, yeah? All right. Now you're going to take your band in front of you. We're going to start working on our chest a bit. So I have to go kind of narrow to get lots of resistance. My arms are long in front of my chest, but a softness in the elbow. And I'm just going to sit back and sit back and widen the band. Good. And open wide. Keep the resistance on your band across your chest, sitting back. We're just starting to get into our hips a little, right? It's going to get worse. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 2. Last one. You're going to sit back and make little pulses. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Make sure your band is as high as your clavicle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 2. Last one. Oh, who doesn't feel that? All right. I want you to take your circling your arms. Just step into it and circle your arms. Big full breath. Inhale. Oh, yeah. So before we get into our flow, you're going to step into your right foot. And you know what? We're going to get right into triceps here. I love that. So you can take your left foot back, come onto your tiptoes, lower your left knee and extending by firing up the left inner thigh, or you can keep your feet closer together and do whatever you choose to do. So you're going to take your band. I'm going to even fold mine because it's kind of long. In my right hand, I'm going to bend my right elbow. I'm going to take my left hand to my right elbow so that it can aim a little bit up toward the sky and shoulder blades are down. Then I'm going to take my left hand, thumb down, bend my elbow and grab the band. Got it? My chest is forward and I'm simply going to lift and lower. So as I lift it, I can use more resistance by pulling down with my left hand, right? And you go as deep as you want in your hips. Exhale on this effort. Exhale as you lift your arm. Those thin muscles of our adductor and our tricep, we're working them both at the same time. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, last one. Oh, yeah. And shake that baby out. Can you feel your right side a little bit more heavier than the left? So in the middle, we're going to take the band and we're going to step on the center of the band. I really love this one too. Now your feet are just hip width apart and parallel with feet. You roll the shoulder blades down your back and you're simply going to hold the band side to side. So I want to always make sure that we're nice and balanced. This is core work. And kind of shave the opposite hand up your body. And squeeze the waist, right? Squeeze the ribs towards the pelvis. Exhale, exhale, good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Right into that core. Last one. And release the band and just take a breath to take that inventory. How do I feel? How is that effort? Right. Yeah. Now you're going to step into your left foot. And if you're going to do what you did before, it's the right foot that draws back and you lower and lift and lower and lift. I'm going to take the folded band because my band's pretty long, this one is, and take it with my left arm up and bend my left elbow. My right hand is going to adjust my left elbow up toward the sky and shoulder blades down. Then you take your right arm out to the right, roll your thumb down, bend the right elbow and grab the band. Ah, yeah, now you're really good. My palm is up. Now, you see, I don't want you to flex or extend your wrist. So I want you to keep that wrist nice and long, right? And lift. So be conscious of your wrist too. Good. And fire up that right inner thigh and your left tricep. If you pull your right hand down, you'll get a little bit more resistance. If you don't, you'll have a little less, which is good too, if that's what you need. This is a thin muscle. Good. And I did count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And release it. Standing up tall. Take a big full breath. Now you're going to stand at the front of your mat, shins forward, bum back. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. So really sit back as much as you can and find your twist here. Oh yeah. So you might want to really adjust it for a bit. See how deep you can get. Good. Inhale back to center and twist to your left. And again, check out. Your knees are parallel, your left hip is back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. Yeah, belly's lifted, shoulder blades are hugged together. You're a nice plank, literally. Your belly work here is really great, whether your knees are up or down, right? And then you're going to lower your knees and roll your pelvis to the earth. So I really want to get into our low back today. Make sure it's nice and connected. So you're going to come onto your forearms. We've done this many times. Your forearms are parallel. You're in Sphinx pose. Press your pubic bone to the earth. And you're going to lift your elbows. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you want to go deeper, you take your elbows back. If it's too much, you'll take your elbows forward. And you're still getting a nice stretch in your back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, I want you to take your hands beside your upper ribs, shoulder blades down your back, and now make your way into a cobra. Yeah. And right into down dog. Walk your dog. And stay with your breath. Stay with the pelvic floor engaged. Take a little inventory. Are your fingertips grounded? Are your shoulder blades hugged together? Come on to your tiptoes. Really lift your hips up as high as they'll go. And then keeping your hips high, take your heels towards the earth. And lift again. And all the way back to the earth. And lift one more time. Inhale. And back to the earth. Lower your knees wide of the mat. Big toes together. And we're going to come right into a child pose to reconnect, to get into the flow. So close your eyes. Take the inventory. How am I breathing? What muscles are tight? What muscles should I tone? Right? It looks like a rest, but it's not. Take one more breath here. Good. Make your way through table and right back to down dog. Setting it up. Mindful. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Press your feet down, have your band nearby, and circle your arms all the way up. And come deep into warrior one. Nice and deep, good. So we're gonna dip forward, and we're gonna get back into our chest. But this time, you're gonna take the band behind your back. You're gonna take the band between your thumbs and your first fingers in that little groove of the base of your thumb. And you're gonna flex your wrists like your hands are on the floor. Good. You're gonna come pressing them forward. And inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, deep, but don't lean forward. You wanna keep your spine long, you're just pressing forward. Press forward. Good. Right into warrior one. Getting your body ready to meditate, right? That's what this is. For us, it's for strength, for bone density, for muscle strength, our lung capacity, right? And 8, press it forward. 7, 6, 5, 4. 2. Last one. Now I'm going to stay in warrior one and simply press forward and back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it. All the way back and make your way right into warrior 2 hips. Good. So check out your feet. Take your right ribs forward. How do you feel in your hips? Good. Yeah, because that's what I'm looking for. We're going to get back into our shoulders now. We did do a couple of them, but so you're going to take the band over your head and make it nice and taut and simply pull down so that it's about shoulder height and up. But you want to keep tension of the band, even though you're going to pull it wider as you draw it down. Right? Right into warrior 2, making sure the right thigh bone draws back behind you, but the right ribs are forward. Inhale. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 3. Not so far down, Linda, but 2, 1. Now you're just going to keep a little pulse, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And release. Good. Now, take your hips back. Lengthen both your legs long. Let's come into a nice triangle. You're going to exhale into it and inhale out of it. We're not going to mess with the band here. As a matter of fact, release your band. Not forget that. Right into triangle. Lean back. Legs long. Good. Exhale your left hand to the earth. And step all the way back to down dog. Feel free to take a half vinyasa here if you choose. You can come all the way into it. Or not, you know that. Take a few breaths here. Traditionally, we take 5 breaths in between. Actually, in every pose, we take 5 breaths. So we're going to finish it up on the left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale, step your left foot forward and prepare for warrior 1 on the left. Good. Back to chest. Remember, stop in the name of love. That's what we're doing here. Left hip back. And exhale. So I'm pressing forward as I lengthen my legs. Yeah. Exhale. Right into those pecs. Notice that the muscles that you aim toward are the ones that get fired up when your mind decides that. That's with everything in our lives. We feed what we think about. Good. All right, let's count. And 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, last one. And I want you to do little pulses out. 8, 7, 6. 1. Oh, yeah. And right into warrior 2. But I want you to set it up on the left. Left toes out, your feet are in line. In other words, your front left heel bisects the right foot, right? And we'll do one more shoulders, right? You know what? Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, ready? And You know what, we're not going to go behind you. Sorry, guys. Behind you, behind you. Good. Good, that's shoulders. Okay. And your upper back while you're at it. Focus on those things and come deep. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, last one. Take little pulses out, stay deep in warrior 2, getting into your hips. So it's down and out, down and out. Hold it, hold it. Release. There's a relief. Release your band for now. Soften both your knees, take your bum back, and make your way into triangle pose. Oh yeah. Lean back. Take your left ribs forward and lift the left waist. All those muscles that we've cooked up, they're ready to go. Take a breath or two. Oh yeah. Exhale your right hand to the earth. Good. Step into your right foot. Take your left foot forward. Widen your stance a bit. Make your way into your yoga squat, whatever it looks like. But I want you to be there, whatever it looks like. This is a pose we have to do every day. Close your eyes and see if you can take an inventory of maybe the way you've treated somebody in your life. You don't want to have regrets. And come to seated. Oh, yeah. So good. Extend your right leg in front of you, nice and long. Not quite dug, but I want to get into this. Right leg long, take your left knee towards your chest and roll your left ankle. And then you're going to step your left foot high up into your right thigh. And just kind of widen your hips, take your right outer hip back. Inhale, circle your arms up. Take the inventory. Your thigh bones are grounded, but your rib cage is lifted and your spine is long. Aim your heart towards your right knee and then start to tip forward. And it doesn't matter where your hands go. It does not matter. Close your eyes and just find your deepest pose here. So you exhale into it, release into it on an exhale. And you inhale slightly out of it. And you exhale into it. How long can you breathe the inhale? How deep can you do the exhale? Press your thigh bones down, come all the way back up. Good. Lift your left knee, and you're going to step your left foot over your right thigh. And you're going to slide your right leg over to the left, or bend your bottom right knee. If you have tight hips, please keep your right leg straight. See if you can aim your left knee up to the sky. Massage your belly to the left and twist to your left. Maybe you'll take your right elbow outside the thigh bone. Flexibility, flexibility. We need to be flexible, not only physically, but mentally. We have to be open to possibly have a different action the next time. And then inhale, back to center, and shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Okay, left knee towards your chest. Roll your left ankle. And then step your left foot high up into your right thigh. Take the right outer hip back. Press your thigh bones down and then circle your arms up, aiming your heart towards your right knee. Am I doing the right side again? I think left leg straight, right guys? Yeah. Left leg straight, sorry guys. Left leg straight. What would be a recording if I didn't get a right and left wrong, right? Okay, and you know what to do. Thigh bones grounded, aim your heart towards your knee, and then find a few breaths as you exhale into it. And inhale slightly out like a wave, like a willow. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way up. Lift up your right knee. Step your right foot over your left thigh. Now you're going to take your left leg over to the right, and you know what to do. Or you bend your bottom knee, and you know what you need to do. You're going to massage your belly to the right and hug your shin, or take your elbow outside the thigh bone, sitting up tall. Take a nice breath here. Inhale back to center and grab your band. I'm going to take my shorter band now. Now, we're going to take the band in front of us and tip the top of the pelvis back. This is total core work, right? Now, if you take your band in front of you and have some resistance, notice how when you draw it wide, arms long, wrists nice and straight, you can get deeper in the core. You can feel the core. So you're going to just keep your arms in front of you and just widen it and find a little pulse as you stay tipped back now. Top of the pelvis tips it back, and you get deep, deep, deep in the core. Okay? So at the beginning, we got into the transverse abdominals, right? When we took our elbows back. Now we're just getting into the obliques, pelvic floor, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. See if you can hold it back just for a breath or two. Keep taut, keep the band taut. And then all the way back up. Take a breath here. Now you're going to roll the top of your pelvis all the way down and see if you can keep that band nice and taut. And you might be able to get a little bit more strength in the core to go really slow. You're going to keep your band nice and taut. Now you can keep your feet on the ground, or you can extend your legs up to the sky. And you can lift your chest if you like. You don't have to do any of those things. You can keep your feet on the earth. And we're going to simply pull the band apart as we lift the chest. Exhale. So we want to get every part of our core complex. This is deep into the core, low, by the pelvic floor, right? And you're lifted up to the sky, up to the sky. And 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep the band really taut, real strong. You are strong. You can do this. And all the way back. And release the band. And we are done with those puppies. Draw your knees towards your chest.
And take some knee circles here, hip circles, any releasing any tension in your low back. Yeah. Take your arms to T. You're going to aim your knees to the right, but you're not going to land. You're just going to aim them there. And inhale back to center. And aim towards the left. And inhale back to center. We're going to do a few more times, right and left. Exhale. Inhale. Notice how slow you can breathe. Exhale. The opposite direction. One more time. Exhale. Back to center. Take your feet to the earth. Now take your arms beside you wide. Walk your shoulder blades together and see if you can lift your hips, walking the shoulder blades together. Lift your hips. Reach your shins forward. Find a length from the shoulder blades all the way down your thighs so you can lift and lower and squeeze and lower and squeeze. Good. And squeeze your bum and lower. Lifting, reaching your shins forward. Good. 8, 7. Good. 5. 2. Last one. Lifting it up. Now you're going to roll the top of the pelvis back. And from the top of the pelvis, you're going to roll the pelvis all the way to the tailbone, onto the earth. Draw your right knee towards your chest. One last time. I'm going to roll my right ankle one way and then the other. Some big full breaths here, knowing I did a lot of work, right? Then extend your right leg all the way up to the sky, interlacing your fingers behind the right thigh bone, not your knee. You can extend your left leg long if it's available. Press the thigh bone forward. Okay? And then your hand's going to reach the thigh bone towards your chest, and then lengthen your legs long as you press the thigh bone down to the back of the hip. Take a big breath here, find that edge. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly, 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 slowly on an exhale, release your right leg to the earth, all the way. Take a breath. Take an inventory to notice if the right side is longer than the left, if maybe your left side needs something, and listen to your body. And draw your left knee towards your chest. Roll your left ankle, get the gas out of the ankle. Extend your left leg nice and long. Take your hands behind the left thigh bone. Press the thigh bone forward. The leg wants to move forward, but you're holding it towards you and pressing it down as you lengthen both legs long. Take a nice big breath here. Take an inhale and then exhale slowly, slowly. Take your palms up beside you on a slow exhale, right back to the earth. Take one inhale through your nose, really big. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Lower your chin and make your way into a Shavasana, a lovely deep rest.
Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale for your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. And roll to your right side. Oh, yeah. And take an inventory. Be proud of your efforts. That's great. Then make your way to a seat on your mat and bring your palms together to your heart center. And many traditions tell us that we should live each day like it's our last, so that we can have a heightened understanding, a heightened sensitivity to every moment. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. All right, let me turn off the recording.